الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا وسيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا اما بعد نغتنم الفرص نتذاكر لعل الذكرى تنفعنا جميعا كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين. I would like to present another reminder for myself first and then for all of you, my dear brothers and sisters. For indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran and remind, for indeed the reminder benefit the believers. The believer, from the qualities of the believer, that he accept the truth when it comes to him or to her. From the qualities of the mu'mineen, the believers, they humble themselves to the haqq, to the truth. Whenever someone bring them a reminder, bring them advice, admonition, they take it. Because as you know, we here in this life, whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever decisions we make, we're making them with the intention that it will help us on a day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. A day when no wealth, no children will be of any benefit except the one who brings on that day, the day of judgment, a clean heart. A clean heart. Alhamdulillah, once again we are in this blessed month of Ramadan. ونذكركم أن السنة كما ذكرنا باليمين إن شاء الله الأكل والشرب. طيب. Remember, we're in this blessed month of Ramadan. And this is a great ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And alhamdulillah, we lived, and that's another ni'mah from Allah, to see these last 10 nights and days of Ramadan. In this year, the 1438 of the Hijrah, or 39 actually, 39, Allah musta'an. This year we're in the 1439 of the Hijrah. Tonight is the first night of the last 10 nights of Ramadan. We're on the end of the day of Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday, right? Today was Tuesday. I don't know why I'm like 1 day and 1 year behind. I was sad. So today actually is Tuesday, or it was Tuesday, because tonight is Wednesday night. Because the night precedes the day. That's why we pray Taraweeh before we fast. So tonight is the first night from the last 10 nights. And we learned yesterday about the virtues of these nights. They are great nights. Because the Prophet ﷺ used to perform a lot of good deeds in these nights. He used to free himself. Rather, the Prophet ﷺ used to make i'tikaf. All of this seeking this night. وَهُوَ مَنْ هُوَ صلى الله عليه وسلم خير الخلق. And he is the best of the creation. Still he will confine himself in the masjid, because once you come to the masjid, you don't bring your business to the masjid, you don't bring your family to the masjid, so you focus. People usually in the masjid, they do ibadah. Some people are praying, others are reading Quran, some people are remembering Allah. Even if they're not doing anything, mashallah, they just taking a nap or relaxing. So you can't go wrong in the masjid. And that's how the masajid should be, by the way. The masajid, as the Prophet ﷺ tells us, they are built for what? لذكر الله وإقام الصلاة وتلاوة القرآن. That the masajid are built for the remembrance of Allah, not the remembrance of dunya. We're not supposed to bring dunya in the masjid. No buying, no selling, no. Rather remembrance of Allah. Especially for us, we don't spend much time in the masjid, and we're still gonna let that opportunity slip under our feet. Whenever we come to the masjid, prepare yourself. Keeping this hadith in your mind. The masjid, the Prophet ﷺ said, is built for the remembrance of Allah. Talking about sports is not remembrance of Allah, is it? Talking about politics is not remembrance of Allah. For us, at least. But rather, we remember Allah in the house of Allah. The salats and the recitation of the Quran. We don't read newspapers in the masjid. We don't come in the masjid and read the news, CNN news, Fox News. We don't do that. You read that somewhere else. Go to the park and read the news if you want. Now you come to the house of Allah, what you do? You read the book of Allah. You don't come to the house of Allah and read Fox News. No. You want to take advantage of being in the house of Allah. Read the Quran. Remember Allah. Say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Astaghfirullah, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. هكذا. Read a book of Sirah. Sirah is not to be read only on the birthday of the Prophet ﷺ, which is just an innovation in itself, because we have no hadith that says the Prophet ﷺ or the companion, they used to read his Sirah only on his birthday. The Sirah of the Prophet ﷺ, we read it every day, because we need to follow his example. Do we need the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ only one day in our life? Do we breathe only one day the whole year? No. So we need the Sunnah and the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ in every moment of our lives, because he's the best. And if any one of us wants to be amongst the best, you can. You can be amongst the best. Don't say, well, I'm not from this country, I will never make it. I don't have the money, I will never make it. No, Allah doesn't look at that. Allah does not look at your face, your color, your citizenship. Allah looks at your heart. So it's important for us, ikhwan, to remember the masajid are built for this purpose. Alhamdulillah, when we come to the masjid, we come with this attitude and with this intention that I'm going to remember Allah. I'm going to do for myself, because we're not doing it for somebody else. From the moment me and you, we put a foot in the masjid until we leave, then the reward, every one of us go back home with different amounts of rewards. Everyone. Some they get a whole lot of it. Some they take some, little bit. And they could get a whole lot as well. Nobody prevent them. They prevent themselves. I prevented myself. The karam of Allah is, Allahu Akbar, is vast. I could have, every night I come to the masjid, every day I could have went back with home with plenty of good deeds, sins forgiven. But why? Why is not happening for me? Because I'm not following the directions. Look at us, directions. Do you follow directions? We're not strangers to that, right? If you want to drive somewhere and you've never been there, what is the first thing you should care about? Give directions. You turn on GPS, right? And they tell you make right. Do you make left? What happens if you make left? You get lost. And if you get lost, is it a good thing? It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. All right. You buy like this piece of equipment that needs to put it together, for example. It's expensive. Something very expensive, you put a lot of money in there, but it came with instruction. Do you keep the instruction to the side and start putting it together yourself? Do you? What's going to happen? It's going to be messed up. And if it's messed up, it's not going to work. And if it doesn't work, it's what? It's a nightmare. Nightmare is not a good one. Same thing. We're not going to worship Allah based on, let me do it my way, He do it His way, I do it my way, He does it His way. It's not going to happen. There's only one way. We have to read the instructions. The instructions are clear in the Quran and in the Sunnah. Because this is the religion of Allah. This is not the religion of this country or the other, or this person or the other. All of it, this religion came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are commanded, all of us, Arab, non-Arabs, black and white, rich and poor, kings and slaves, men and women, old and young, those who were in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and those in our time until the Day of Judgment, we all commanded to do one thing, to adhere to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala legislated. Because Allah said in the Quran, اتَّبِعُوا مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكُم مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا مِن دُونِهِ أَوْلِيَاءَ. Adhere and follow what was revealed to you from your Lord. So therefore, if anything I want to do, my belief, my creed, my salat, my tahara, my dua, my standing, anything I want to do in the deen of Allah, one very important question should come to my mind. Is this something that Allah legislates for me or not? If it is, then let's do it, all of us. If it's not, it's never going to be beneficial. It's just like someone who, in the first grade or second grade, and the teacher taught them the whole year 3 plus 3 is 6, but then he still went in the test and he put 7. Is that right? Now I'm asking you a question. When 3 plus 3 is 7? Never? When 3 plus 3 is 7, equals 7, when? Once again, when 3 plus 3 equals 7, Abdullah? When you don't study. That's a good answer too, but that's not what we're looking for. You know the answer? When the answer is wrong. You got it? 3 plus 3 equals 7 when the answer is wrong. It's not right. Somebody can say that student say, I've been in the class all year. I said, no. The result is wrong, man. That's how we're going to judge you. So it's not enough to just be a Muslim and pray and fast. But you have to do it based on knowledge. It's not enough to just be a Muslim by affiliation or association, because many Muslims, they are Muslims because they grow up in Saudi, right wrong. In Palestine, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Kenya, not all Kenya, Morocco, Tunisia, Senegal, Egypt. These are Muslim countries. You didn't choose your country of citizenship. You just grow up, you hear the adhan, there is many mosques, right? You hear namaz, your parents, they say la ilaha illallah, you say it. But that's not enough. We have to learn. We have to learn so we can practice. Because if I grow up in a family, my mother was doctor, my father is a doctor, my uncles doctors, my brothers and sisters doctors, and they didn't study, and they say, okay, well, Muhammad, you're a doctor too because your whole family are doctors. Is it going to happen like that? No. If I go to them and say, I'm a doctor, why? Because all my family are doctors. They say, they study, brother. That's the difference between you and them. They went to school. And they did their homeworks and make a lot of efforts, and they graduated and they passed the test. You can be a doctor, no problem. but we have to go back and do what they did. Likewise, alhamdulillah, we're Muslims. See, growing up in a family of doctors, that's an advantage, right or wrong. It's going to make it easy. Whenever you have something, your mother can help you. Your grandmother can help. She's a doctor, by the way, too. I didn't mention her in the first beginning. So, your aunts can help. Your brothers help. Your sisters help. They're all doctors. Man, subhanAllah. Likewise. Yes, we can be good Muslims, better Muslims. Why? Because we have Quran, we have Sunnah, we have the life of the Prophet ﷺ, we have the life of Abu Bakr, we have the example of Umar, Uthman, Ali, Talha, Zubayr, Aisha, Hafsa, name them. We have the Imam, the four Imams. We have so much. We have a lot of references. All we have to do is what? Roll up. If you want to clean anything, you have to roll up and start somewhere. And begin to read the book of Allah with contemplation, with reflection. Read the Sunnah and say, this is the best. Because the Prophet ﷺ used to say, وَخَيْرُ الْهَدِي هَدِيُ مُحَمَّدٍ ﷺ. The best guidance is the guidance of Muhammad ﷺ. I apologize, I went over the time, like maybe almost a minute. I do apologize. Jazakumullah khairan. Remember, tonight is one of the last 10 nights, and it's an ad night. Do a lot of work. Khushu' in the salat. Read more Quran. Be nice to each other, to your family. Check on your parents. If they live with you, go. As soon as you go, kiss their heads. Tell them you love them. Tell them that you're there for them. Right? If they live far away, send them a nice text message. If they're far away and they sleep right now, don't bother them, of course. Use your judgment. And be kind, be generous, do good. And increase from this dua. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Jazakumullah khairan, barakallahu fikum, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam taslima kathira. Allah akbar.